can say that these are American What's dishes. It called? What are the traditional dishes? If you go to the UK, you can talk about maybe mashed potato. You can say that these are bangers and mash, which is sausage. If you go to the UK, you can talk about maybe mashed potato. That's understandable. Bangers and mash. But I ask you if you come to Nigeria, what is the mashed potato dish of Nigeria? As their national meal. That's understandable. But I ask you if you come to Nigeria, what Igbo man eat a widow soup? Does a Fulani Janjaweed eat a fish? So on what basis is all this so-called does an Igbo man cultural foundation going to be laid upon? On what? We are not one people. Soup. We may be black, we may be African, but we're not. So on what basis is all not this so-called multicultural foundation? If Britain cannot stay in an EU that is entirely Christian, we are not EU is entirely Christian. We may be black, we may be Africans, but we're not one people. Nigeria is Christian, or in fact is Islamic. If Britain cannot stay in an EU that is entirely Christian, multiculturalism being preached by the US ambassador, I have to embrace Islam as my religion. Educated, that's why they understand that no nation is multicultural. They allow other cultures to come by all this rubbish. And it doesn't mean they're multicultural. Sometimes they have a being very honest. Where multicultural ideas or identities can thrive. But the foundation has to be monolithic. It has to be one dominant value system and ideology. That's how it is all over the world. Don't let anybody fool you otherwise. That is the same reason why you have this anomaly. In a so-called republic, you have royal fathers in a republic. Because you are trying to shuffle multiculturalism. You are trying to marry the feudal system of the North, the monarchical system of the West, and the Republican system in the East, to marry them into one. And what you have is entirely rubbish, and that is why Nigeria can never work. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Competing value systems. Nobody wants their own value system to be subsumed under another person's value system. This is something that the US ambassador never told you. But here I am telling you today. Because if you come here, you become educated. If you come here, you become enlightened. If you come here, you stop being a zoo animal, you become a human being. That is why we are the largest and, of course, the most consistent broadcasting platform insofar as Africa is concerned, right across the world. Millions listen to us because they know we preach the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. That is why this very day, because you are in one Nigeria, in multiculturalism, the army will come to Olo to defend Fulani Janjaweed living in our forests. We went to Olo to defend our people. They came, they arrested the clerics. Men of God, they arrested all of them. How many times have you heard that imams were being arrested in the north? Or that villages were being invaded in the north and imams being arrested? Only in Biafra land. And this is your multiculturalism. This is a place where you want all of us to stay, somehow to pretend that all is well when we know that it is not. In that same Nigeria, is where Fulani headsmen openly boast about conquest. Benue State is one. That is why I feel sorry for the idiots talking rubbish from Benue. They came and they made the same bold claim on Edo State. And I quote, "We will kill all policemen and take over Edo State." Vanguard publication of January 23, 2021, this year. Only 2 months ago. Nothing happened to them. Only the Fulanis can lay claim to land that doesn't belong to them and nobody will say anything. When you try to respond, they come against you. And your average foolish Nigerian who cannot reason properly, they're not educated very well, I'm sorry to say, will side with the oppressor. It's only in Nigeria where the victim becomes the accused. You came into Olo, Hope Uzodinma tried to give you land in Olo to build a Fulani settlement, and we said no to it. That's all. To talk about Olo crisis. And now they're trying to blame IPOB, they're trying to blame Eastern Security Network. But all of you are aware of the fact that Nigeria Army and Nigeria Police are essentially Fulani Janjaweed terrorists in uniform. The newspapers, all the articles, everywhere, the national discourse is replete with instances of Fulani being supplied by the military, as you're going to listen to later on. But nothing happens. When you try to fight back, you become the victim. And we are saying we are fed up of being victims. We can no longer be victims anymore. If you kill us, we will kill you. I'm saying it live on video, so you can share the video all over the world if you want. If you come to our land to kill us, we will kill you. As simple as that. It may take us some time, but eventually we'll overwhelm you. Well, in the end, we always win. As I warned them in Benue, we are in Benue. In all of our communities in Benue State, and we're not living there until we are certain that the lives and properties of our people there are firmly secured. Any day we learn to stop blaming the victims, this world will be a better place. I'm directing these very statements to the US Ambassador, to the UK High Commissioner, to the EU presence in the zoo, and the UN as well. I know all of you will do nothing. We are not Muslims, so you're not going to help us. That's obvious. We know that for sure. But we have something that you do not have. We have the grace, the might, and protection of God Almighty in heaven. And we know that God exists. And as long as He liveth, as my name is Nnamdi, my Redeemer liveth, as long as God lives in heaven, all of you can never triumph against us. Ojukwu said it before, and you said he failed. We know why he failed, because God said the time wasn't right. I want to show them, my children, what is called Biafra, that very kingdom. They have to fight their way into it. If that is the option you leave for us, then by all means, we will oblige you. But Biafra must come, or we all die. It's as simple as that. There is no alternative. People must understand the rage that is boiling within us. You must understand how angry we are. We may look normal to you, but we are very, very angry, believe you me. And by the time we are done with Nigeria, the name won't exist. That I can assure you. You people are now beginning to see the type of madness that we are capable of unleashing. And more is coming. And I do not hide it, because you hate us anyway. This conspiracy against Biafra, for no reason, we've done nothing wrong to anyone. But you despise us and you hate us. You want us to die because God gave us oil and gas. You want to take over our land. It's not going to happen. And we're not apologizing or begging anybody to please read this letter. They are raping our women. They raped our women. Did you do anything about it? They went to the UK High Commissioner. They were telling them, oh, we can't do anything about it. Rape victims. But you're doing something about defending Fulani. You are defending Fulani. But rape victims in front of you cannot defend them. And you're neutral. And you want Nigeria to continue. So you want me to stay in a Nigeria where my women will be raped every day. Nobody will do anything about it. And I'll be clapping for you. One Nigeria, I'll be clapping for you. Check it up, mad people everywhere. People are insane. You want me to stay in a country where the Fulani police and soldiers can come and take our women, rape them anyhow they like. Even before they release them, they charge us. Do you know how much we have spent? We have spent nearly 9 million naira to secure the release of people who were abducted and raped. Victims of state crime. Britain didn't say anything. UN never uttered a word. EU, nothing. US, nothing. And you want me to be in that country? I think some people are mad. Very, very insane indeed. If you do not believe in what we are doing, then you better get out. We're not going to stop. God knows we can never stop until Biafra is restored. We are peace-loving people. We abhor death and killing of another soul. It's in our nature, that's how we are. But because of that, they have been coming and killing us all these years. We've kept quiet. They've been killing and killing and killing quiet. We have a case at the ICC. We have a case at Africa Union. We have a case at, what else again? Pending before the UN in New York. We've been to Geneva to tender our case. Before UN, till today, nothing. In fact, the more we complain to them, the more they come to abduct and rape our children, the more they come to kill us, the more they want to take over our land and our forests. And who told them that's going to be possible in our time? In a time, in a movement that I lead, you think you can come into our land and take it over? Oh dear. That means you don't know who we are. 30 pastors arrested for doing nothing. Have you heard about any imams being arrested in the north? No. Do you want me to stay in one Nigeria with you after this level of injustice? Is that what you think? No, it is not going to happen. Not now, not tomorrow. There are two things plaguing them in the zoo. Lies and deceit. If not for the coming of IPOB, of Radio Biafra, all of you would have lived and died in the ignorance that Ojukwu caused a war. That's what they were writing. Britain helped them to write it. Ojukwu was a rebel, a secessionist, because we had no media. That is why they're paying Facebook billions upon billions of US dollars to stop this truth from coming out. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Gowon is alive, go and ask him. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Ojukwu went and negotiated restructuring with you in Aburi. You came back, Britain told you not to agree because Britain realized that all the component units of Britain knows that if you go back to regionalism, you will have economic growth. The country will do very well. But Britain doesn't want it. That was why they even instigated the Nzogwu coup, so-called Nzogwu coup, saying they will bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael. But what I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, you had the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa were doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Nzogwu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed restructuring. That's something now you're asking for, to tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way forward, restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1960-1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent, Wales, the same thing, everybody is free, but Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy, I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos, to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree, after having signed the agreement. That same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept me alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them have ever gone to Gowon to ask him, why did you say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to Gowon or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is, always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it, and we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And Biafra must come. It must come. Two things are bothering the zoo right now. You know, when God wants to destroy a nation, it comes in many ways. One, Buhari is dead. They brought in a fake. It is now dawning on the people very slowly that there is no more Buhari. People are now beginning to realize it. What I find astonishing are people that they claim are stakeholders in the zoo, those who should know better, those who should be, should I say, lead this very campaign to uncover the truth. They're all running away, they're all hiding. Do you know why they're hiding? Because the people talking about a late dead Buhari are those that oil and gas comes from their region. And they all think that they need oil and gas to survive. All these things that you're saying about these people, and I'm saying to them, have you not seen the picture of Oshibajo taking the so-called vaccine or malaria injection? I don't know. Look at the man they claim is Buhari. Look at his hand. Is that the hand of an 80-year-old man? Is Buhari richer than Bill Gates? Is Buhari richer than George Soros? George Soros is richer than the whole of Nigeria. Bill Gates, the same thing. So if it is money that caused this very old, dying man to now turn into a 35-year-old man, how come Bill Gates cannot do it? Or George Soros? Or even Queen Elizabeth, for that matter? If they claim that the treatment that Buhari received that made him look this young was administered in London, the Queen is the Queen of England, the Queen of United Kingdom. Why wouldn't she go through the same treatment? Why not? Why wouldn't Prince Philip go through the same treatment and become young again? That is how Nigerians and black people reason that gives me cause for concern. If we continue this way, we can never ever build nor have any viable society, all of us together. And that is why it is very, very critical and very, very important that we do that which is right before God and man. And stop this from deceiving us. You are every head of state that took a vaccine all over the world. After taking the vaccine, they addressed their people. They spoke to the nation. Why is it that this one wearing an oversized face mask, of course on top of Buhari, hyper-reality face mask, could not utter a word? Can't you ask yourself that question? He came to take his vaccine. Go and look at other heads of state. They take their own vaccine in public and they speak. This one is like a mannequin. He comes out, you wheel him out, and they do something and he goes back in again. That tells you that Buhari is no longer alive. Buhari is in a shallow grave in Saudi Arabia. He's dead. And that is why they're in a hurry. That is why this governor can say, I will not listen to Asarok. That governor will say, let's bring in more bandits, let's settle them. That is why the government is disjointed and dysfunctional. Nobody's in charge. Obasanjo knows that nobody's in charge. I think he said that he may not agree that it's a Buhari double, but that the Buhari now in Asarok is not the one he used to know. How else do you want him to put it? He's been very. He wants Nigeria to survive so that him and his friends can continue to enjoy oil money. That's all. Oil money. That's nothing more, nothing less. Just oil money. Just oil money. So they can continue to enjoy oil money flowing from Biafra land. That's all. Not that they love you. Not that they love one Nigeria. Of course not, they don't. Nobody does. These are the things that you ought to know, and that's what we're telling you this very day. The time now is 7 minutes to the top of the hour, regardless of where you are all over the world. That tells you that we are live and we are direct, and this very gospel is coming to you so that you may change, you may have a change of heart. You may have a change of way of reasoning. Where is your first lady, Aisha Buhari? Where is she? She is not in the country. For how many months now? For how many months, I ask of you? You claim you're a human being. When a white person is racist towards us, we start complaining. We don't like racism. But when they see the way we reason, they cannot help but be racist towards us. Can you believe that you have a country like the USA and Biden's wife decides to disappear for 2, 3, 4 months? You think Americans will keep quiet? You think that in a time of national crisis of COVID-19 pandemic and the ceaseless and endemic insecurity, you cannot even hear from somebody you claim is your president? And this was a man that when Youth Corpus visited him sometime in 2016, or was it in 2015, in his house in Katsina, he spoke against me, IPOB and Biafra agitation. Without prompting, you think such a man will keep quiet in the face of what is going on right now. They all know. Wole Soyinka is a liar. They all know that Buhari is dead. Obasanjo is a liar. They know he's dead. Joseph Okala and all the rest of them, all liars and deceivers. They know the idiot is dead. But all of you will keep deceiving yourselves, and that is why the Fulanis are killing you every blessed day. And when you rise up to fight against them, they become headers. When they attack you, they're headsmen. When you retaliate, they become headers. We don't want them in our land. The death of Buhari and the relentless drive of the Janjaweed to conquer everybody else will make Nigeria a worse place than Somalia. And it's written. None of you can stop it. It doesn't matter how much you dialogue. It doesn't matter what you do. God have marked out Nigeria for destruction for what they did to his children. And all of you witness it. So that at the end of this very process, when Biafra comes, you give praise to God and to God alone and not to man. That's why we are here. To let you understand that the coming of Biafra is God's design, not that of man. Not mine, not anybody else's. But that the time has come. We must stand very tall, very strong, and very resolute. I'm sure all of you have heard what Dino Malaya said. You have heard about that the president is in transition or transmission. It is in transition. Because his body is in Saudi Arabia. He's not buried in Daura. Not yet. His body is there. And that's why Aisha is upset with them. Aisha packed her things and went to UAE to live there. Because she told them, bring back the body of my husband, give him a befitting burial. They said no. They want to use the name of Buhari to conquer the rest of Nigeria. That's what they have done. But they have failed. And failed very, very woefully at that. And that is why this very truth must continue to be preached. If you have not seen it, go to my page. I think it is there. What Dino Malaya said. But I want to play what a particular man said. And then I want to showcase the foolishness of your average Nigerian, the foolishness of Bishop Coker. I want to let the world understand how foolish a Nigerian is. Not from me, but I want all of everybody to listen to this very, very carefully, please, and tell me if Nigerians are not stupid. Listen.
We have a confession that the media has not given appropriate attention.
Yes, what is that?
Kawu Baraje
Alhaji Kawu Baraje
was a leading chieftain of the APC.
Yes.
And he has confessed that they imported the foreign mercenaries who have become bandits.
APC imported foreign mercenaries. Baraje said it. Confessed.
What more evidence?
What evidence do you need?
He has confessed that they imported them for the elections.
Yes.
This is public. Why is the media not following up?
Because Nigeria is corrupt.
Why are we not asking for accountability?
They can't act because Nigerians are not intelligent.
So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria.
It was an interview granted by a so-called stakeholder in Nigeria. APC, the government, people are joining APC. I don't want to speak against the Holy Spirit. At this point, I begin to say to God, there is no way a black man can be equal to a white man. It's impossible. You are aware. I don't know how to show it. This is the Mazi Sahara reporters. I think I'll put it on my page after this. If you go to my page, you will see it. The man spoke very brilliantly. Nobody has come to counter him. Baraje is alive. He opened his mouth and said, a part of APC said, we are the ones that brought them from the Sahel to come and kill you. They're fellow Nigerians. And after this, you say, I'm a Nigerian. That is why I say that anybody, if once you say you're a Nigerian, you are sick in the brain. I never have regard for you as a human being, because that means you cannot reason. I will play this once again, uninterrupted, so you can hear him very, very well. And I will start by asking him, I'm not going to ask him what he said. Who is responsible for the insecurity in Nigeria? Who is to blame? Listen.
We have a confession that the media has not given appropriate attention.
Yes. Go ahead. What is that?
Kawu Baraje
Alhaji Kawu Baraje
was a leading chieftain of the APC.
Chief of APC. He has confessed. Baraje?
The foreign mercenaries who have become bandits. He has confessed. How much more evidence do you need? He has confessed that they imported them for the elections. This is public. Why is the media not following up? Why are we not asking for accountability? So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. My name is Martin Onovo. I said it.
Martin Onovo.
APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. Ask me for the evidence. Good. I just gave you confession of Kawu Baraje.
Kawu Baraje, his confession is number one. Evidence. Number two, evidence.
Miyetti Allah made a public statement that if you want peace in your state, don't call any meeting. Provide land for Fulanis in your state.
Ultimatum from visitors.
Miyetti Allah.
From terrorists.
Miyetti Allah is a collaborator with the ruling party.
Miyetti Allah.
We had a report that the ruling party funded Miyetti Allah to the tune of 100 billion.
You see that?
I wasn't there when the payment was made, but that's in the public domain.
One Nigeria.
An official report that the government of Nigeria was going to establish a radio station.
Radio station for Miyetti Allah, a terrorist group.
In collaboration with Miyetti Allah. We have Fufude, the Fulani tribal dialect, will be the language of communication.
Do you understand it? Now, they were saying this is for Fulani people, sorry, for Hausa people. You know, all these years when they were conquering you, Hausa, they said Hausa, Fulani, we are Hausa, Fulani. But now they feel they have taken you over. Now they feel that they are at the cusp of their conquest of Nigeria. They are now floating a radio station, no longer in Hausa language, but in their native Fulani language, Fufude. What does that tell you? As an average Nigerian, I wonder when, maybe there's something in the cow. You know, they have sex with cows and after that they sell it to us and we eat. Maybe that is when they succeed in hypnotizing us. The interviewer was asking for evidence. Let me now give you the evidence. It was us that translated this evidence. Now it's all over the place. It's gone viral. Now let us hear from the mouth of the Fulani terrorist that the APC brought into Nigeria. Let us hear from them.
Idan ba gwamnati ta daure wanda yake cikin daji ya ta'addanci ba Allah ubangiji ya tsine ma Allah dauki rayuwa ta a wurin.
Listen, in Hausa.
Allah ce saniya aka san shi da ita sai noma. Saniya ba ta haifa bindiga AK-47.
AK-47.
Bahilla ce bai da makera da zai kera bindiga AK-47.
AK-47.
Gwamnati ke turowa har muka samu. Mu kuma wallahi dalilin da ya sa billahi lazi shekara na bakwai ina makarantar allo. Amma lokacin da na dawo na tsinci kaina a cikin wannan abun, wallahi ina mamaki kullum ina tunanin rayuwata.
If I'm lying.
Saboda mahaifana akalla a kasar dan banga da su.
What did this man say? I will translate for you. It's on my Twitter. I don't know if it's on my Facebook page. That is why, because of these things, that is why Facebook is busy blocking, banning, suspending people. What did this man say? I'll take off my glasses to read. This man said, I swear to the Almighty Allah, that is the government, the same APC government that our brother was talking about earlier, that gave us arms. I am saying this for people that believe in one Nigeria. That is why I'm... Who are they? Who created this Nigeria? Who created these people that cannot reason very well? Let me read what this man said. I swear to the Almighty Allah, that is the government, that is APC government, so-called Buhari government, that is giving arms to us. Fulani don't know what gun is. We are only headsmen. Cows don't give birth to guns. I swear to Allah, we are on our own, and the government gave us AK-47. I am not afraid to say the truth. Bishop Coker, are you listening? All of you idiots that believe in one Nigeria, are you listening? Morons, monkeys. All of you who are being deceived by this multicultural, multi-ethnic garbage, can you listen? The government that you are hoping to save you are the ones giving arms to those who have come to kill you. And you get up tomorrow morning and you say, believe in one Nigeria. That was why when Ozo 1 was under attack, that was why when these people, they gave guns to attack Nimbo, Ifani Ugwani called, the Enugu State governor called Buhari many times. Buhari ignored his calls. Ugwani called the commander of the 2 division. No one took his call. He called the commissioner of police for Enugu. No one took his call. But anytime IPOB is having meeting, you come and start shooting people. But when the same people were under attack by those that they are sponsoring, they were nowhere to be found. Is that a type of country? Is that the type of country you wish to belong to? Let's be honest about everything. If this insecurity were being caused by a group of disgruntled Fulani businessmen, you can understand. If this insecurity were being caused by a group of, say, very retarded Fulani politicians, of which there are many of them, I can understand. But insecurity is being caused by the government itself, the APC government. Our brother said it here, and you think he's lying. The people that they get... Do you know where they said that? In front of Sheikh Gumi, Abubakar Gumi. He went to the forest to go and meet the bandits, and the bandits told him it was the government that gave us the guns. We don't know what guns are until they gave it to us. That's why I asked you, if they are coming all the way from Mali and from Niger, how did they cross the border with guns? If you claim that those terrorism are from Niger Republic, so you don't have customs and immigration in the north anymore? Or because you see yourselves as one people, so there is no border patrol, no border policing, nothing. But you have closed the border now for nearly a year and a half. So the border is closed. And you're from the south and you're shouting one Nigeria. Do you see the depth of your foolishness? Can you see it? When I say it, it's not out of hatred. People say, oh, I don't like his style of agitation because I tell you the truth. A governor said, the governor of Bauchi State, we are bringing in Fulanis. We are coming to settle Fulani in Nigeria. He said it, he wasn't hiding. We are coming to settle Fulani in your land, in your villages. Do you know why that is possible? Because you believe in one Nigeria. If you are on your own, nobody can try it. It's called an act of war or invasion. But Fulani is carrying out an act of war and invasion into your territory because you are under one Nigeria. So in other words, they are using, Nigeria is providing them a cover to carry out a conquest of an entire, should I say, ethnic nationalities across the zoo. Is it clear to you now? Do you now understand what we are saying? Bishop Coker is afraid. He's from Sokoto, he's a minority. So he thinks that when Nigeria breaks up, Fulani will swallow them alive. But I want to tell them that we are all students of history. There is a group of, or there were a group of people called the Huguenots from France. During the height of Reformation, they were being persecuted by the French authorities who were Catholic. People don't know that Roman Catholic fought with Anglican Church in those days. People don't know this, but that's life. Do you know what happened? Britain, being a Protestant nation, offered amnesty or struck a deal with France to say, give me all your Protestants. We'll absorb them. They're called the Huguenots. And they came to Britain. That is where the lives of Sir Peter de la Billière is a French name. But his family settled in England. He rose to become a general and led the war. In the Desert Storm, it was him that commanded the British forces in the Desert Storm. His ancestors were French, the Huguenots. So what I'm saying to Bishop Coker and all northern Christian minorities today is this: on my honor and on my life, I swear before God Almighty in heaven that with the coming of Biafra, every Christian northerner will be allowed to settle in Biafra land. So you see, Bishop Coker, you have nothing to be afraid of. You have a place where you can practice your faith without looking over your shoulder all the time, thinking who's coming to kill me. You will come to Biafra land and you will live there. A very peaceful, fulfilled life in Biafra land. The same thing that the English did for the French Protestants, they're called the Huguenots. The same thing we are going to do for you. If you feel that you're threatened in the Sharia core north, and because of that, you think that having the East and the West in one Nigeria will save you as some kind of insurance against elimination by the crazy, mad Fulani Janjaweed, you will come to Biafra land. We will give you asylum. You will stay there. Your generations will live and thrive. We are accommodating people. We welcome visitors. Then you will see what Biafra is like in real life, not the miserable existence you have in Sokoto. You want to stay in a country where people are threatening your life because you spoke. You said your mind and they're threatening you. What I'm offering you is what happened in England, though. The same England telling you to talk about one Nigeria. There was a time that the lives of French Protestants were under threat in France. England said, give them to us, we'll take them. They were all sent to England. They are called the Huguenots. We offer you the same asylum today to Bishop Coker and to all endangered northern Christians. You can all come to Biafra. We will accommodate you gladly. Gladly. I'm saying this live on air, so if I renege on this, they said the internet never lies. They can go back and dig up this very video and say, you said this on the 8th of March, 2021. So you can come to us. This is the reason why everywhere the Janjaweed are dealing with us. They always come to your village and appoint one person as somebody. One thing about you people is this. You always think that tomorrow is going to be better. But in Nigeria, tomorrow never ever gets better. Instead, it gets worse. And we are offering you a way out. People were asking for confirmation that Nigeria Army and police are colluding with Fulani terrorists. It was on this platform that I called for OPC to take over from Amotekun. And thankfully, they have taken over. And there are results. I think earlier yesterday, or was it today, the OPC arrested a Fulani warlord. For us, we don't have time for arrest. We arrest you, of course, and then I think they handed him over to police. When we arrest you, we hand you over to God. God will judge you. They arrested a Fulani warlord, Wakili. Handed him over to police. Police took him to hospital. The same police in Biafra land, they will shoot innocent IPOB family members. If they go to hospital and abduct them and the doctor and send them to Abuja to be locked up. Do you understand that? That is what they have been doing. I don't know who is calling me. I don't know what for. It's not an interactive session, so don't call me. They came to Olo, they went to Anambra, they shot people, they took them to Abuja, took the doctor as well, treating them to Abuja. In the West, they apprehended a terrorist, they killed a murderer, a rapist, a bandit, handed the bandit over to the police took him to hospital for treatment, specialist hospital. What other evidence do you need that the police and the army are colluding with those that they imported to come and kill you? And you wake up in the morning and you say you're a Nigerian. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Don't you have any shame within you? God Almighty in heaven. I've never seen people as daft and as foolish as this. They took him, he was arrested by OPC. You know what they said? Those that arrested this man, he said, or your police are sure of diligent prosecution of suspected criminals. The criminals now are the OPC men that arrested the bandit. Nigeria is astonishing. You arrested a rapist, a mass murderer, a killer, and a land grabber. Took him to the police. The police now arrested you. Took the man to hospital. Beat you, all of you up, and put you in the cell. They say police is your friend. Anyway, I thank God that there are some these guardian angels that came. I don't know where they came from. They are called unknown gunmen. I don't know where they came from. Maybe they are the spirit of all those killed by the police and the army. And they are avenging the death of the people that the police and the army killed. They are called unknown gunmen. I don't know who they are. I don't know where they come from. But they are fighting for the poor. They are like Robin Hood, but in this case, they are not robbing the poor, the rich to pay the poor, no. They are robbing the criminals, the murderers of their own lives. Murderers in the police and the army. People don't know what is coming, do they? They have no idea. I feel sorry for the zoo. They have no idea. Any day that all of you gang up to support your one Nigeria garbage, the more you're digging your collective graves. Nigeria can never ever be fixed. It's broken beyond repair. Can never be fixed. Look at Sultan of Sokoto talking rubbish. The spiritual leader, whatever rubbish he is of the zoo. Sultan of Sokoto, that he was in the army. That war is not good. But you Fulanis are the ones living war on everybody. You took over the whole of Plateau. You came down into Benue. Your people were at also one, massacring people. Then you never talked about war. As soon as we rose up and said enough is enough, now this war language starts to come into your lips. Do you think we are foolish? Do you think we are... Go and bring all the BBCs of this world, every propagandist for neocolonialists. Gang them, bring them together against Biafra agitation. You're wasting your time. Bring them against ESN, you're wasting your time. Arrest all you like. But I'm just warning them, if you're a policeman involved in the arrest of innocent people, all I need to do is to go down on my knees and pray and ask God, please, may unknown gunmen locate you and they will find you. Because God answers my prayers. So all those police stations involved in all this raid know that your turn is coming. It's only a matter of time, it will come. Since you want anarchy, you will get anarchy. Since that is what you want. You people, you don't like people that play it gently by the rules. No, not in the zoo. That is how you have been taking over our land, raping our women, abducting us and killing us. We came out at Ampo, you killed us for no reason. Shia people came out at Abuja, you shot them for no discernible reason. And all of you saw soldiers with live bullets killing people in broad daylight. No major news outlet carried it in the world. They've bribed all of them. I'm saying it on camera. And I wish that the US Congress can call me to testify. The American ambassador, that woman took bribe from Nigeria. Nigeria bribes every ambassador that comes to Nigeria. They give you loads of money. So you will never report what is happening in Nigeria. You don't know that. I'm saying it live on camera. I wish they can call me in America, come and testify. I will do so. The British High Commissioner is as corrupt as the devil. That woman. She was the one that was responsible for the murder at Lekki. When she went to see Tinubu, I warned everybody, look at this woman, the army will open fire. Not up to 6 hours, they open fire. That woman. That's another line. All of you are just looking. Because anyway, most of you are blind, you cannot see. And Japan and more. We see things that the mere mortals cannot see. That is why Elohim is with us. That is why everything I say comes to pass. It must happen, it must come to pass. I told them that when we were giving thanks and praises to Elohim, I told them that this horn this trumpet that we are blowing, anybody who hears it in Asorok will go deaf. How many days? And there was fire in Asorok for the very first time. The zoo will be destroyed. Not that we may just get Biafra, so that when this story is written, our children will know that God did it, not man. Man put their faith in their chariots. You know, Britain, you have you're a member of the UN Security Council. You're very strong. You're powerful. All these criminal U.S. ambassadors coming to Nigeria. Yeah, you have money. You are U.S. You will always support Fulani. You people are openly supporting terrorists because of money, because they bribe you, because Halliburton has oil concessions, because there is a Shell and everything. Everybody's milking Biafra. Because of that, it is better we support terrorists. They'll kill the innocent. And you're diplomats. You're diplomats presiding over the slaughter of the innocent. You cannot speak the truth. We are in the middle of a war. The Fulanis have levied war on every indigenous population, ethnic group in Nigeria. All of you can say it. All you can say is invite the Sarakin or Sarakin Fulani Lagos. Not the Oba of Lagos, no. Sarakin Fulani Lagos means the supreme Fulani ruler in Lagos. Because the US ambassador has taken money from Nigeria. Very soon her tour of duty will come to an end and she will go. She will become a multimillionaire. That is why they all want to come to Nigeria. Because Fulani will pay very well to suppress the news, to stop the truth from going out. And all of you will suffer if you don't repent. You will suffer. Mark my words somewhere, you will suffer if you don't repent from your evil ways. You take money from murderers and from killers to suppress the truth. Biden doesn't know what is happening in Nigeria because they rely on the ambassador to feed them accurate information. And that is not happening because they've been bribed. And that is why people are dying in Nigeria. Nigeria is the only place in turmoil, not making it onto the front pages of newspapers all over the world. Nobody talks about it because they are all compromised. They've been bribed. We don't need your one Nigeria to survive. They tried, can you imagine the nonsense? They brought in their food blockade. They said we will not send food to the south. They are perishable goods. So the items got spoiled in the north. The government now turned around to pay them almost 500 billion. They are the ones that said they will not sell their goods to the south. Their goods are now rotten in the north. And the government paid them compensation of nearly 500 billion. And you're in one Nigeria. Tomorrow morning, you idiotically wake up in the morning and say, I'm a Nigerian. As I said before, before I used to blame white people for racism, I no longer blame them for it. Because we are the cause of racism. Our stupidity as black people is responsible for the way we're being treated all over the world. Very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. We don't need them to survive. We don't need them. And we can give them the oil and gas for free. As I've said before, allow me to repeat. The oil, apart from granting citizenship to every northern Christian, I mean Core North, I mean the Sharia, Arewa, Janjaweed North, you will all live in Biafra land, where you can practice religion without fear or favor. Another thing we are going to do is to pipe free oil and gas across the whole of West Africa. In Biafra, Oduduwa will receive oil and gas for free. You see, Benin Republic, oil and gas for free. Togo will receive oil and gas for free. Ghana the same. All the way to, heaven knows, I think, Western Sahara. Do you know why? Because we want the economies of all these countries to grow as well, because they're going to buy our goods and services. They will buy our goods and services. That is why we need the economies to grow as well. A Biafra will offer free oil and gas to the entire West African coastal region. To tell you we don't need oil and gas to survive as a people. We are not fighting for Biafra because of oil and gas. We are fighting because it is the will of God and we must be free. We are free people. We were free before the white man came, and we shall be free once again. And as I've been telling people, and they do not, or some will not understand or hope to understand, what we are doing is of the Spirit. The likes of Shoyinka must stand up to speak the truth. Or Basanjo, you must speak the truth. Tell us where Buhari is. You know where his grave is? He's out. You can point that out for us. Tell us. Free yourself of that very burden. Shoyinka, the same thing. Shoyinka, you were campaigning for them. Campaigning for Buhari. Until your carrot and cabbage clashed with Fulani cattle.